Good morning. As we enter this time for children, I want us to all remember that we are all children of God. I picked out a story this morning that's coming from our summer camp curriculum this year, but it deals with Jonah and the whale, and I think we are all very familiar with the story about how God calls Jonah to go and to minister to the people of Nineveh. But the piece that I wanted to talk about this morning with Jonah is Jonah struggling not to want to do what God calls him to do, as we all are living in a time of uncertainty. And as we think about right now, we're all living in a time where we have to do things that we don't necessarily want to do. We have to stay home. We have to stay away from other folks. We are not able to come to church and be together like we want to. And we're just living in a time that can be very hard and very straining and very draining on people. But what I want us to all remember is during this time, God walks with us just like he was with Jonah at his time of great duress, and God walks with us now. And that we know that during this time we might not be able to do the things that we want to do, but we know that there will be something great that will come out on the other side. So as we continue through this time of being somewhat isolated in a way that we have to stay close to just our personal families, or even for some of us we're more alone, let us think about ways that we can reach out to other folks during this time to maybe lift their spirits and lift our own. Especially for you young folks, I know that you still have to do school online, but there's times that you could do other things. And the things that I've been thinking about that I would encourage you to do, the same things that I'm encouraging my children to do. First is to find a friend or a neighbor or something and just write them a note every day. And you can simply do that by either emailing them or sending them a text message. Just remind them that you're thinking about them or caring about them. Talk to your youth leader or your church pastor. Maybe there's folks in the church that don't have other folks that you could be in contact with, and simply make a phone call or to send them a note. Or even go back to the way we used to do it back in the old days, actually physically write a letter and mail it to the person. But I would also encourage you during this time, if you can, just to get outside and enjoy what you can. As you can see, we can stay away from others and still be in the outdoors. But I just encourage us to not only think about, as we think about ourselves in this time, and as we are separated and isolated, to think about the others that are in the same place and reach out to them in ways that we can safely, and to lift each other up, knowing that when this time comes to an end and things kind of get back to a new normal, that we will have maybe come closer to God, come closer to one another in ways that we didn't expect. Let us take a time to pray. Gracious God, we thank you for beautiful days. We thank you for family and friends. We ask you to be with us in this challenging time of the unknown. We ask you to bless each and every person, and we ask that you help us to reach out in new ways to be with one another in a time that's challenging. Amen. God bless all of you.